it's just awesome that in 2003 or 4, whenever it was, that Bert, Kevin, and I launched this group, that they've managed to retain the really friendly, welcoming atmosphere and helpful feeling that we generally have in the room. So it's just truly heartwarming that the guys have kept that going. So who in here has approached someone who's facing auctions? Stick your hand up. Just one or two, functionally in that arena. And then who's been to a foreclosure auction? Very good. I mean, the auctions are like the riskiest time because sometimes we can't get in the damn house, you know? I've sat at hundreds of people's kitchen tables throughout New Hampshire over the years who are facing foreclosure and bid at a lot of auctions too. And having to go grind through 17 to 20 different auctioneers' websites twice a week for me to keep tabs on what's new, what's been postponed, what's been cancelled, I just had enough of it. I still subscribe to RE Record Search. Does anybody use that? That's by the Warren Group out of Massachusetts. They bought out Real Data, which is that newspaper that comes out once a week that shows all the real estate transactions in the state and foreclosures, judgments, liens, attachments, stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. So their RE Record Search service is $90 a month, and if I put Grafton County in that, in Plymouth, it'll tell me there's 8 active auctions in Grafton County. However, 2 of those were cancelled 2 weeks ago, and 3 have been postponed, and then not getting those updates, which is annoying for me, paying $90 a month, not necessarily seeing all the active auctions for my state, or I'm missing some of the postponements or cancellations, and especially the postponed auctions is interesting because less people show up at those. So you really want to know about those ones. So it's taken me 2 years, a year by myself, the last 12 months with my partner Margot, and we finally launched bidpirate.com, which is for New Hampshire, all the foreclosure auctions on one site. And as with this group, we want BidPirate to be educational as well as a really high integrity, essential, timely tool that you can turn to keep tabs on all of your auctions. So I'm honored to be a vendor with the group. Any questions from anyone on that website or anything?
Is this a paid subscription type of
Yeah, it's $49 a month. We may do a premium version, or it may go in price for stuff ad stuff, but it's just over $50 a month. And that's all of the foreclosure auctions in New Hampshire. Pretty quickly here, within a couple of weeks, we'll have added also the town tax deeds auctions, and after that, sheriff sales. Who's been to a sheriff sale in the room? Not a single person. So when was this? Yeah. We went to, did anyone hear about the Next Level Church debacle in the state? If you Google Next Level Church problems, they had like 6 churches in New Hampshire, and they actually ended up at a sheriff's sale at one of their churches down in Newton. So I went down there with my partner, and there were 3 sheriffs in their uniforms, in their individual sheriff's cars, and myself and my partner, so one set of bidders, one other local guy who was a local builder developer, and he ended up paying a bit more than us, but only 2 people showed up for this thing. It was assessed for $900,000, and he got it for $325,000. So sheriff sales, with those, nobody knows about them, because the only 2 places they promote them is a photocopied notice down at the tax collector's office on the notice board, and one other prominent place in town, which is either the fire station or the post office. And there's one in Coos County, the condo up at Bretton Woods. So I talked to Luke, the Coos County sheriff, and I said, "Can you send me the notice?" He goes, "I don't know." So I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Let me find out." So I chased him for a week, finally get him on the phone, and he goes, "No, actually I can't send you the notice." So I said, "Well, is it on your website?" He goes, "No, it's not." I said, okay, but he said, tomorrow I'll be delivering it to the post, the town office. So next day I called the town office and talked to the tax collector. She's like, I asked her, has Luke been in to put the notice up? And so she goes, yeah, I'm looking at it. So I said, well, can you take a picture and text it to me, or scan an email and send it to me? And she goes, no, I can't. So that's why it's just those two spots. So I'm going to call the 10 sheriff's departments twice a month and say, have you got a sale coming up, and get hold of the notice and stick it on bid pirates.
You got any plans to expand in Massachusetts or other states?
Yeah, obviously, before we take on Mass, where there isn't a central site, or Rhode Island, which is another one, we've got to understand the legal end of how the system works. So yes, but before we do so, we really need to know about how the foreclosures work in those states. Any other questions? Any other questions about bidding and auctions? Alrighty. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you, Richard. Let's have a round of applause.
Woo!
I will say real quick, he asked me to beta test this program about 2 months ago. It's an awesome product, and you should definitely go find him at the end of the meeting. And with that,